Okay, so I just got back to school, so not literally looking the best, but I definitely want to address a lot of what happened for this past episode. I don't think I think when people watch the show, they don't really watch the show. I think they see it. There you go. I think people see the show, but they don't watch the show. That's what I think. Because some things that people said were just like way like, did you see what happened? So I'm going to break some stuff down seriously. So first off, at the club, Jade's birthday, having a blast. It's fun. So we get to the club. I see the football player who once tried to talk to me as well as Lolly tried to talk to him. They were communicating at the club when it was Taisha's mission. He came to me, trying to talk to me. I'm cool with Lolly at this moment, because do you remember, me and Lolly honestly have been cool literally this entire season. And I don't think people notice that either. So let me break that down first before I address why I wasn't going to talk to this football player, because Lolly was my friend. When Lolly first got in the house, who carried her luggage down to the room next to me? I did, okay? Who actually gave her a hug when I saw her? I did, okay? What about when we were actually on the bus? And I hope people do rewind their TVs and go back to the episodes. We were on the bus and they were saying something about Lolly and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, she's not even that bad. Actually, me and Taisha both said, I'm like, she's not even that bad, guys. Like, leave it alone. When Kayla was trying to get her put out the house, leave it alone, Kayla, da-da-da-da, stuff like that. All these different scenarios when Sierra and Lolly were about to get into, before then, when Lolly was on the bus and we were all on the bus and Lolly said a comment about Jade and Nikki and everyone got mad, who went out there to go check on Lolly? I did. When Sierra, approached Lolly and they were arguing back and forth, who's in the middle like, calm down, calm down, calm down. Sierra, just go away, Sierra. Who sat with Lolly while she was upset, rubbing her leg, trying to tell her to calm down? I did. So I really don't understand when people be like, oh, you guys weren't cool with each other. Why would she go over there to you? Da-da-da-da-da. You weren't cool. What are people talking about? I don't understand. So we even get to the point where, when I got really upset with her, if anyone noticed how upset I was, what was I saying? I said, because I'm trying to love you. I'm trying to be that person to you. Because I asked her, what happened to you to make you be so angry or to be so, trying to be malicious? And what happened? Why would you do something like that? I was actually trying to be the first. We had many talks off camera. But me and her, I was upset about that because I was trying to be there for her. So yes, I got angry and it might have looked, and even me and her talked after that. And I said, yeah, I shouldn't have gotten like that. I said, but I was just so frustrated. And I even compared it to the picture of Tyra, Tyra Banks on America's Next Top Model, when she was like, we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. When she got really mad at that girl, that's exactly how I felt. I'm here for you. Yet you just don't see any of it. It's like I was really frustrated with that. So me and her, but you even notice after that, we were cool. Because after I passed out, when I came back from the hospital, which room did I go to? Lolly's room. Sat on Lolly's bed. Me and Lolly were cool. They didn't really show that kind of friendship throughout the show, but me and her were cool. So now let's go back. At the club, the guy, football player, trying to talk to me. This is during Taisha's mission. I was like, I would never talk to him. I don't need to talk to him. He talks to my friend likes him, and I knew that. I'm not gonna talk to him, whatever. So that was the end of all be all. We get to Jade's birthday. We're at the club. See the football player. I'm like, is that football player? He approaches me. So when everyone wants to say, how did this all start? You guys, da-da-da-da-da. Why would you go over to him? No. He came to me and asked me, why are you dancing with this MFing beep? I'm not going to say it because I don't approve of that word. Calling the guy all out of his name. So some people are like, oh, the gay guy didn't even get that mad. The gay guy was never there. The gay guy wasn't there. He was saying this to me in my ear, okay? Gay guy was never there. He was somewhere completely different. Saying this in my ear, as well as they didn't show everything the guy did say. So when I was saying all the things, he really said so many things. He said, oh my gosh, you're gonna go to hell, da-da-da-da-da. How can you call yourself a this? And, hold on. Actually, let me go fix this door because the wind is blowing and that's why this is a mess. Hold on one second. Sorry. Okay. But screaming in my ear, you're this, you're that. How can you be? He even asked me if I had a son and he came out like this. what would I do? I said I would love him just to say, da-da-da-da-da, you're this and you're this and you're this. How dare you question my Christianity? All these things. How dare you call this guy this other name, this derogatory statement? The thing is that some people are like, it wasn't even about you. It wasn't even about you. Does anyone not know that I am associated with the LGBT community? You call someone the derogatory statement for a gay person, and then you are talking about me, you know? So that's, and I compared it to, that's just like calling, you know, like someone being like black, you know? And some other race is going off on this guy or someone else saying, oh, this N-I-G-G-A, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. How would you do? If they're talking about that person, they're talking about you too. So yes, I was frustrated. I was frustrated and I was angry. And to be honest, even if I wasn't a part of the LGBT, I most definitely think that people should get mad about that. I think like when people say negative things about any other race or any other thing, I get whether it has to do with me or not, you should be angry. You should not tolerate that. So yes, I got angry. But the thing is I walked away. Some people are like, why didn't you just walk away? I did. Did we not see that? Also, what wasn't shown, once I walked away, Jade came over to me personally and was like, what's wrong? I said, no, Jade, we're not going to do this. This is your birthday. We're not going to go back and forth. I go all into this. I'm not going to tell you. That's why you see Sierra came to me, because Sierra's like, no, tell me what happened. Me and Sierra are really close. So Sierra's like, no, I know something's wrong with you. Tell me what happened. I'm like, Sierra. So then I finally tell her. So finally told her what happened, whatever. She's like, I'm going to go over there. If anyone pays really close attention, I say this. I did not want her to go over there because I knew he was being a butthole. And I knew by the time she went over there, who knew what was going to happen. So, but she was like, I'm just going to go over there. She goes over there. She talks to him. You even see, she talks to him. She's not screaming at him and da-da-da-da-da. She's talking. He flips from nowhere, just flips and starts pushing her. And I would get these comments like, you guys shouldn't have went over there. What did you think was going to happen? And da-da. So you're telling me if you saw your friend over there getting pushed by some man, you're going to just stand there and be like, maybe I'll call for help. 1 second. Hold that push. Excuse me, we need help. No, the first thing you're going to do is run over there. You're going to help. I mean, isn't that the right thing to do? That makes me question humanity, because what is wrong with people that people would really stand there and watch people get beat up or hurt? I don't get it. You should go over there. So that was my first instinct. I didn't even think. I just hopped and I ran over there to help. Yes, in the end, I ended up getting choked. That was crazy. But one thing I want to address before then is people are like, oh, you can't go up to some person. And so nowadays, people can't walk up to people and talk because I might get pushed, because we might get hurt. That to me just sounds crazy. When do words equate to physical force, physical harm? When does that never is okay. You can't go to court and say, I beat her up because she talked to me. Because she talked. Because words equate that. No, words do not equate physical force. And if anyone thinks that, then you're just crazy too. Because that honestly isn't the case. There's no excuse for someone to hit you unless you hit them first. Unless they hit you first. Then that's called self-defense. But you to initiate a push when no one touched you or seemed like they were harmed. Sierra is small. This man is huge. He did not feel threatened. So whatever the case is, I'm choked. We get carried out the club. We're on the bus. I did lose it, okay? Because some people are like, oh, your story. Everyone has a story. You're right. Everyone does have a story. And I would never judge anyone who, when something happened to them, it might trigger them. I'm sorry, but yeah, I was sexually abused when I was younger. Sexually abused, that's when I was molested. But I was raped when I was 14. So that's closer. I'm only 18. That's closer to now, okay? So I have worked through some things. And I still have things to work through. I will never forget what happened. But, you have to learn how to work through it. But at the same token, I was never hit in that way. But we're going to do a part 2 because this is getting pretty long.